Yo, what's up, peoples? This is Eric D. I'm glad y'all stopped by. Once again, I wanted to kind of show y'all some easy add-ons and upgrades I got going on to my stretch doodlebug build I got going on here. First off is a chain. I'm gonna put a new chain on this bad boy, and I got this thing from this chain from Gopowersports. You see, it's a 5-foot chain, and which means it's a little too long. I had to take about almost a foot out of it to get close to what I got going on the Minibike. So we're just going to use this chain breaker and pull a link out so we can shorten the chain up a little bit. And real simple, you just gotta put the pin in the back of the clamp here. I'm using the 2.9 millimeter pin, and kind of fish the spring on there and put the pin inside the back, kind of screw the back on, and the clamp kind of just fits right over the chain link, and it's got a little groove, a little hole that's a little bit wider, so the link will fit right on in the back of the clamp. And my little kit comes with a little hand tightener, but it's easier just to use a wrench. Use a 12 millimeter wrench. Kind of wrench that pin on out just like that, and you can take the link out. And it's nice. This chain came with 2 connecting links, so it's real easy to do. And I gotta bleed the brakes, like brake caliper. And luckily, this brake caliper I'm using has got the bleeder at the bottom there, and my brake line was a little too short. I lengthened the frame about 8 inches, and of course my brake cable was too short. So go figure. You lengthen your bike up, and then you find out your brake cable's too short. Anyway, I went to Gopowersports, and I got a longer line. Ain't too bad. It was like 20 bucks, and we'll just switch them real quick. Now, what I like to do is take the bottom line off first and replace that. I think it's a 12. This is 12. Really easy to switch. Hand control right on that one. Tighten it up a little bit. Bolt the hand control on the handlebar. These are 2 10s. I like to use a vacuum pump for the first pump to help me get the brake fluid through the line quicker, and then we'll take that off and we'll just do it the old school way. This makes it a little bit faster. And then you take a 10 millimeter wrench and open up the bleeder valve just a little bit, let the air bubbles out. What you want to do is pump the handbrake about 3 times and hold it down while the bleeder valve is closed. Hold the handbrake down and open the bleeder valve up just a little bit. Let the air bubbles out. As soon as you start seeing air bubbles, you should start building pressure. Pump the brake 3 times, hold it down. Open up the bleeder valve, let the air bubbles out. Do that about 2 or 3 times, and you'll feel the pressure building in the brake. And next up, I gotta set up my live axle and live axle comes with these 1/4 inch keys that you kind of stick on the axle, and this is what actually locks in the sprocket and the wheel hub and disc brake, and this all locks it on the axle, so everything turns together. And I like to put a little bit of anti-seize lube on there, so everything fits kind of tight. And the seize lube will help you adjust everything on the axle where you want it without you fighting too much. You gotta put the sprocket on first. A little bit more lube on the wheel. Everything together. You see my disc brake, it's got a little keyway hole. All you got to do is just line it right up on the axle and stick one of those 1/4 inch keys in there so everything locks up properly on the axle. The brake I'm using has got like a floating pad, so there's not much room in between the disc and the pad. The inside pad actually sits right on the disc. That's the only thing that kind of keeps it in there. So there's not much room to move things around once you got everything tightened down. So I like to make sure everything's lined up. And alright, now we got to get the chain tensioner on there. I actually got this from Amazon, like 12 bucks. Worked out nice. Fits right on the old Doodlebug bracket. And all we got to do is weld that right onto the frame. Make sure everything lines up properly and keeps that chain on there. That chain don't jump off the track. Now we're going to add the steering stabilizer. I'll leave the link where I found this one online. Cool place. They got different sizes. This is like a 3-inch little oil piston. It's tension both ways, and it just keeps your handlebars from wobbling on you and helping you center your bars. You know what I'm saying, when you're rolling down the street. Just gotta mock it up. The hardest part is finding the pivot point underneath the handlebar. Once you find that, it's pretty easy. And it's worked out great. It looked good, not in the way. Now we just gotta get the kickstand on there, that way bike don't fall on the ground. Gopowersports got an easy kit, pretty cheap. Comes with the pin, the weldable bracket, and the spring. Weldable bracket has an arm on the inside. You just got to match them up with the arm on the leg of the kickstand. Connect your spring. And just like that, it'll snap back and forth one way and the other. And the hardest part is just figuring out how far you want your bike to lean. I set it up on a tire and kind of leaned it one way, and kick the stand out a little bit, and just put a couple tacks right here. Go. Works great. So she's coming along. And before we finish up, I make sure I lock these hubs up on the axle. The sprocket hub has a Allen tensioner, and when you tighten it up, it squeezes onto the axle. So make sure you lock that down so that'll move around. And get you one of these flexible socket extensions, man. They work great. Come in handy getting in tight places in between these sprockets and wheel hubs, so you can lock these spacers in. And the must-have is a Footpeg crash bar. And all you gotta do is cut a couple notches out at the bottom of the bar, kind of line them up with your frame. That way the bar kind of sits a little deeper on the frame. A couple tacks, weld them in. Real simple, easy to do. And it's easy to find. You can find little rubber foot slides that slide on the end of them. And it's coming along. So next up, all we gotta do is fit this fender on there like so. Maybe put a bracket on top and have it real snug up against the tire. And she's coming along. So next time we're going to start this bad boy up to see if she running straight, and we're going to tear it down and paint it. We got to get ready for the summer, man. The weather seems like it's starting to break. Spring's kicking in, so we got to get this thing on the road. Alright people, I'll catch you next time. Peace.